Hey, it's Tuesday Nights with Dr. Bruce. I'm your host, Dr. Bruce. Uh, so I'm downstairs in my basement right now, and it's dark. It's 9 o'clock, Kansas City, September. So um, you ever wonder what it is that hits the window really, really hard? It's got to be a bug, doesn't it? It's got to be. I'm just down here, and something goes boom and hits this window. It can't be a bird, but it sure sounds like something big hitting the window. So I guess it's probably one of those beetles or something out there. But anyway, just as I turn this on, I hear this whack against the window down here. So something wants to come in. Anyway, so I have a great little show for you here, just real tight. I just kind of want to let you know, first of all, thank you to everybody who asked me about last week. Yes, my mom is still doing fine. No bad news. In fact, it seems like she is getting better. We were able to walk over an eighth of a mile the last weekend. Ed and I went down to Springfield, and we got a chance to walk with her. It's really interesting to see how she walks. She doesn't want to walk in a loop. There is a loop that she could take around the block that she lives on. It would work just fine. There's not a lot of cars there, but in her mind, there are. So she says, no, I just want to walk on the inside, and then kind of so she kind of walks in an E, she walks up the street and then goes out a little bit and then comes back down, goes back in, goes back down. But anyway, it's adorable. And I'm very glad to walk it with her. I'm glad to hold her hand and be able to do that. But she's getting stronger. So guys, whatever you're doing, the prayers and so forth, all I can do is say thank you. It really is working. She seems to keep a joyful spirit, still laughs, still tells stories. And we got a chance to go through a bunch of very old pictures, which was kind of cool. Those thoughts are neat when you get to see for example, my sister at 3 years old, and I can remember trying to tell mom, I'm 2 years older than my sister, and telling mom that I had to wake Helen up because she was my best friend and we had to play. And mom is like, no, don't wake the baby up, So anyway, but it was great to look at the old pictures. It's been awesome having mom to be able to stick around as long as she has. So thank you to all of those that are praying, and for all the texts and emails and everything I got and the messages here on Facebook. Yeah, mom's still doing well. In fact, I think she's doing a little bit better than everybody thought she would. I think they pretty much thought death sentence, you're gone. And for those of you that don't know, mom does have stage 4 cancer, what they call terminal cancer really, but it's all through her mesentery adenocarcinoma. So I'm always looking up new things, and I started to go out and do some research on this CART, which is CAR-T, chimeric antigen receptor, chimeric antigen receptor T cell. And what they do is they take your blood, if you have cancer, they take your blood and they insert a gene into your T cells. They take your T cells out of your blood, they insert a gene into your T cells, which has now become a chimeric antigen receptor T cell. They grow those in a medium till you have lots of them. They infuse them back in. And for some reason, these T cells will actively attack cancer. Not much does. Not much in your body actively attacks cancer. Some of the things you eat will, and we know that very well. But your blood itself doesn't seem to recognize that it needs to kill it off. But these things do. These CART or CAR T cells do. So I started looking some of those things up, and as I did, I started to realize that Bayer is actually trying to create regenerative medicine to take the place of these CART cells, because they're very expensive and difficult to make. It's easy to draw your blood, it's easy to take the T cells out, but it's really hard to get this CART stuff back inserted into your body. So it was kind of interesting to watch how they're trying to create regenerative cells. And then I don't know if you noticed, but Bayer is now buying that. So what is it called? Blue something technology. Let me see here. It's Blue Rock technology. Bayer bought that. They started the venture with another company, and now they're buying out Blue Rock. So they're actually paying $600 million. They're making this huge bet on stem cell therapy. And then I read this thing out there that was on, I don't know, Xconomy or whatever it's called. Anyway, it's a website that talks a lot about the industries that are growing and exploding, and certainly my industry is one of those, but it's growing and exploding. And then the major players that are coming in, Fuji, which is coming in really heavy in Wisconsin, $160 million to buy out that one. I think it was Regenerative Biologics. They bought out that one. And if it's not that one, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. There's a whole bunch of them going through my head. Blue Rock is another one of those. Anyway, Bayer went in with that one. Bayer also bought Monsanto. Did you know that? I have no clue, but they actually bought Monsanto for $66 billion, and they immediately changed the name because obviously there's a lot of evil things around what Monsanto has done to our crops and so forth. Monsanto was kind of going down some, but if you look at their revenue stream, it wasn't going down all that bad. 2 years ago, it was $1.6 billion. Just before that, it was like 2.4 billion. So I do see that there was a huge drop off there. But then last year it was at 2.2 something billion dollars. So it was a little dip, but Bayer bought them and then they just dissolved the name and they'll rebrand it doing something. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. I'll bring it to you if it becomes interesting to you at all. But I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on here. I get it. By the way, this was verified. I wanted to make sure that was happening. I don't like headlines at all, as you already know. We've kind of talked about that. But it says Google, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try and get this if I can. But Google is effectively censoring health information. Okay. And then it's got this cute little guy with the beard. I like his glasses too. It gives him good eyebrows, the glasses too. So Google is effectively censoring health information. Kind of. I don't want to put it that way, but I also did get it in my email. We buy AdWords, stem cell, regenerative medicine, blah, blah, blah. We buy these exosomes, PRP, and all of those kinds of therapies. And we buy the AdWords because we want people who are searching for something like that to land on our website so we can tell them, hey, we've actually got good stuff and we're very proud of what we have. And we're getting national attention for it, which is awesome. I'm very, very passionate about this. I love what we're doing in every way. But it also says in this thing that basically what's happening, unorthodox health views, even those backed by research, are getting buried by Google's algorithm. I don't know why, but that's actually true. They sent me an email, and I actually put it in one of the posts below this one, if you're on my website. But they did. They sent me that email, so I just copied it and pasted it. They basically say that those words are not going to be available anymore. And I don't know. You tell me why they would do that, but they're just not doing it. I think what's happened is there's been enough media BS, and I hate to I'm not a big, let's divide the country kind of guy, but let me just say it this way. When any company spends more time talking about how bad other companies are, rather than saying we have this and it's very good, I'm just kind of done with them. I'm just going to point it out that way. So there were a lot of companies out there that were trying to say that other companies were bad as far as regenerative medicine goes, and it was a big political nightmare. Whatever's going on right now, all I can say, I'm a big fan of seeing Google go, hey, let's just let people advertise as they do. But at this point in time, we just don't have that. So I don't know. It's too bad, in all honesty. So that's kind of the fake news. There is some great stuff that is happening, though. They did send me the email. Let me just finish that up. They did send me the email, so that's true. They're not, as of October 1st, you cannot buy these words, so you cannot advertise in that way. I do want to kind of give you some highlights, though. I think I told you about, I did a seminar in Branson for the nurse practitioners. Got some great things that have come from that. And really proud of everything that's happened there. I have an amazing team. So my friends who really get me, the people that I work with, who actually work for me and then work with me, are so good. I go, hey, listen, guys, I want to do this. I get the big eyes and I just bounce around and I tell them this has got to be, I'm sure it just sounds like, crazy, whatever. But once it gets done, though, I basically say, this is the vision that I have. And then people fill in all the huge gaps that I leave behind, and we create something awesome. Well, we did. I'm flying out to Hollywood, Florida on Friday next so I'll see you one more time, but I'm flying out to Hollywood, Florida Friday next to talk to a big lab out there. I'm talking about a research project on Thursday, day after tomorrow. And then UMKC, I'm beginning to look at that one. It looks like they have a very good program for nurse practitioners. So it looks like they want, we're going to find out what they want from me, whether or not I can help them. I really want to just add value. I know how that sounds, but that's kind of how I do it anymore. I've done so well in my life, and I would like to just be able to pass some of this back. So prayers my direction, if you would. I want this to work out really well for everyone. And then some deals that seemed almost impossible have finally started to fall into place. So good things are happening in my world right now. My mom's healthy and smiling and seems to be, I mean, it's like, yeah, I've got cancer, whatever. I feel basically fine. She's a little weak, but not horrible. And her brain is perfect. She's very smart and very capable. So that's still going well. And work is going really well right now. I have the Google AdWords thing. I don't even know what to say about it. I wonder who put them up to that or what happened there. In my world, I just don't know. But if you search, there are certain things that we're going to be able to still put out there. But really, if you search for something, you should be able to get whatever offerings are out there as long as they're legit. We're legit, guys. I mean, I don't have to tell you that, but we are. So as long as they're legit, the offerings should be out there. The only complaint that I got from the nurse practitioner thing, I had one person come up to me and say that it was unethical to charge somebody $800 cash for something that they could do something else that's conservative treatment and their insurance would pay for it. And what she was talking about was injecting cortisone into a knee as opposed to doing something like PRP. And so I didn't get into the big battle because obviously there's a lot of you out there that are very aware of what cortisone does to the cartilage in a knee. Yes, it makes it worse. It decreases protein linkage. We all know that. If you have cortisone injections, you will eventually rot or cause that knee to create collagen 10, which is a fatty substance there, not near as durable. So you're actually melting it. By taking all the pain away, you're causing more problems. And did you see the research on ibuprofen? If you haven't seen it, it's going to scare you guys. And I'm sorry, but we've been saying it for years. Be careful, be careful. Don't overdo, don't overdo. Now there's a whole bunch of disease processes that are being linked to our need for ibuprofen because we hurt. And I believe that we hurt because we don't move, eat, think, or sleep well. We don't have a real healthy environment. Lifestyle is going to matter again. Everybody's going to realize that I'm right, but nobody will tell me that I'm right. I get vindicated occasionally because people say, "Hey, you were right, man. That was as bad as you said it was. Statins are horrible for us." Right, but nobody gets out there and anyway, you need to sleep, think, eat, and move in a healthy fashion. Okay, I said it. There you go. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that it's going very, very well. People are getting healthy. You're sending in your loved ones because they're getting better, which I just can't say thank you enough for. That's probably the biggest referral source that we have. We do a lot of external marketing, but our biggest stuff comes from you all. You all are the ones saying, "Hey, I want to send somebody in. I've got a cousin with a knee that's really bothering her." Or, I've got a friend of mine, he's an athlete, but his shoulder is just gone. We've been able to really help. And of course, that brings me joy because I'm one of those guys that needs to feel important. It's just true. But anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for sending me your loved ones. I really do appreciate that. Bridge is still doing fantastic. And it's great to see everybody working out in there. When you send somebody to us, though, understand that they are going to have to go to work. The only people that ever say no to us are the ones that just don't want to exercise. I mean, like, don't want to ever. I refuse. I will not work out. I'm just refuse to do that. And I don't know why. I don't know how that ever got to be an interesting thing. I would think, exercise is kind of important, but anyway. So on and on goes this thing. October 1st, we won't be able to use certain Google AdWords. My friends are just doing amazing things in the background. So I'm getting to fly out all over the country to speak and to learn. And that's going to be really exciting. So some prayers my way. I've got some ideas on how to make this better. And I have a huge value add for this industry now that I've been in the trenches for a while. And I want to do that. I want to help other people heal and grow. It's just super important to me. So the ramblings of a guy that, just reads way too much stuff. But anyway, I just want to say thank you. I do love you guys out there. Thanks for sending me your patients, your people, and all that kind of jazz. The biggest favor you can do is to do that. And obviously, you can put something here, and I will get back to you. You guys message me all the time, and Mom's fine. So I can't say enough gratitude for all of your prayers and all of your love that way. Right now, Mom's doing really well. So I'll let you know if that changes, but it's been really good. I'll be out doing my thing. So in the meantime, all I can ask of you is, be an example of what's possible.